The Splendid City by Karen Heuler is a standalone novel about modern practices of witchcraft, Texas becoming its own country, and a talking cat who came to drink beer, eat fish tacos, shoot people, and chew bubblegum. Except he's all out of bubblegum. What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome to The Nerdy Narrative, a channel I created in order to have a place to share about all of the things that I read. Today, I want to talk to you about Karen Heuler's newest release, The Splendid City. It released earlier this month on June 14th. You guys have been hearing me talk about it for a while because I was fortunate enough to be approved to get the advanced reader copy, which I am so grateful for because this book was an absolute delight. This book has such a great cover. It looks like a playing card. In fact, when I got it in the mail and took it out, my husband looked at it and thought it was like an oversized deck of cards. It's so cool. They even decorated the back in the same fashion. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, that's why Leslie read it. She loves the cover because I am known to do that. But not this time, guys. It was all about the talking cat. When I saw that line in the blurb about the talking cat that liked fish tacos, drinking craft beers, and shooting people, I was sold 100%. That was why I wanted to read this book and requested the art from Angry Robot Books. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then reading the rest of the blurb where it mentions Texas becoming its own country and the police state, I knew this one would probably be exploring some tricky societal issues, but I just felt that that cat was going to give me all the comedic relief I was going to need. I was not wrong. I was not disappointed. I had the best time with this book. I literally did not even get a page and a half in, and the cat, whose name is Stan, had already shot someone. I'm gonna go ahead and confess, I read that first chapter twice because I laughed so hard at the opening scene and the follow-up as to why the cat shot the person, and just, it was so good. Now you know why I read it, and of course, spoiler alert, I've already told you that I loved it. Let me tell you a little of what this book is about so you can determine if this might be one you would enjoy too. We have two main characters, Eleanor and Stan the cat. Eleanor is a young witch, well, a half witch really. Well, I guess you would call her a witch in training. Eleanor has been sent to Liberty, formerly known as Texas, to investigate the disappearance of another witch there named Daria. Stan, the talking cat, accompanies Eleanor to Liberty, not because he wants to, understand, because he is required to. Stan the cat used to be Stan the man, until Eleanor transformed him into a cat because she got mad at him. The coven of witches that are over that area that Eleanor and Stan are from have decided the two must stay together until they've learned their lessons about why what each of them did to one another was wrong. Basically, they're a pair of 5-year-olds being made to hug it out. Our setting for this novel is Liberty, formerly the state of Texas. It has ceded, it's become its own country, it has become a police state, which has resulted in a lot of paranoia. There are so many strange things happening here. One of which being the president has taken to rationing water. Water is scarce. There's something happening to the water of Liberty. No one is quite sure why. The citizens are actually charged an exorbitant amount per day to have their water turned on. The cost just keeps rising and rising and rising, leading to some very disgruntled citizens. The president has all of these other antics that he does to cheer them up and make them happy and forget about the water. It's just this really odd cycle, but as a result, the people of Liberty are very paranoid, they're very judgmental, and they would rather judge you than help you. And it's made for a very tricky landscape for Eleanor to traverse, trying to investigate and find Daria with people who are just like, looking at her crazy. Karen Heuler had a very unique approach to how she told this story, the timing of how the characters were introduced and developed, and when you get the history, and just, I loved it. I loved it. At first I thought, this is weird, like this should have been here, but it worked. When I started this book, I was 100% only interested in the character of Stan the cat. Just the way he was described really spoke to me, and I thought this is going to be a good time. And it was. It was so funny, but it also had a really great mystery at its heart that I enjoyed. I actually, surprisingly, loved the commentary on our society. What could possibly happen if Texas were to actually break off and become its own country? Now, is that for sure what's going to happen? No, this is a work of fiction and it just fit into the story and the mystery, and it was a lot of fun, which makes this one perfect for fans of genre blending stories. I've also been told that The Splendid City is perfect for fans of Alice Hoffman or Madeline Miller. I've not read either of these two authors yet, but I do have something by Madeline Miller on my shelf somewhere. Somebody sent me one. I can't remember. I think it was The Song of Achilles. Does that sound right? I'm gonna have to look that up and find out. Have any of you out there watching read Karen Heuler before? The Splendid City is actually my first time reading her. I was very excited to see this wasn't a debut novel. She's actually got several other books out there to choose from. So if you have read her before, please drop down in the comments. Tell me what your favorite piece by her is so I can check that out. I absolutely loved her writing style. I like the unique way that she told this story, how she structured it. I don't know if that's something she does normally or if it's just something she did for this one. I just know I love the way she writes. I love her characters and I want to read more. So it was definitely a home run for me. Guys, thank you so much for being here and watching this review of The Splendid City by Karen Heuler. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you found it helpful. I hope it was information that was useful in helping you determine if this is a book for you or not. Have a fantastic rest of your day and I will see you in the next one.